With hundreds of shooting games being released over the past 3 decades, it's safe to say they've made a major impact on the gaming industry. A subgenre of action game, there's no better challenge available to test a gamer's precision and reaction time. Whether you're dodging bullets, collecting ammunition, or just dumping AK mags, the goal is to stay alive and kill as many enemies as possible. It's time to lock and load, kill or be killed, as we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the best shooting games that might just be worth your time. It's probably the best known Call of Duty game. After all, it did redefine the franchise. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare set a new standard for first-person shooters. Its single-player campaign even set the bar high for competitors, but it was its multiplayer where the game really stood out. Multiplayer is split into player and ranked matches. To enjoy multiplayer, you need to gain rank by earning experience points. The game also featured the arrival of perks and killstreak systems, which totally redefined multiplayer gameplay and what also became a solid staple in the Call of Duty franchise. Hats off to Infinity Ward, this game molded the gel of modern multiplayer gameplay. With its adaptable on-the-fly nanosuit, destructible sandbox environments, and dynamic artificial intelligence, Crysis was the kind of game you dreamed up as a kid and thought could never get made. One can only hope that future generations of games will continue inspiring the kind of awe that Crysis once did. Crysis set the standard for military combat. With the use of tanks, helicopters, rockets, and airstrikes, the tactical gameplay really gave you heart palpitations. When it was released, Crysis was one of the main reasons to upgrade or buy a new gaming PC. Until Rare's Nintendo 64 GoldenEye, home consoles weren't used all that often when it came to shooters. To play a shooter, traditionally you had to fire up your PC. However, GoldenEye changed all that as a shooter that let people enjoy the gunplay through the comforting hand feel of an N64 controller rather than a mouse and keyboard. GoldenEye had a diverse cinematic campaign that every player loved, but the multiplayer aspect is what really shined. For a 1997 game, its multiplayer had many game modes, but it mainly focused on strategy, and this is why we regard it as one of the best shooters of all time. P.S. It's definitely cheating to play as Oddjob. Battlefield 1942 was the full realization of the scale, fear, and danger of battle at the time. With this World War II game, DICE revolutionized the FPS genre, making the game a worldwide hit. It's about as close to the front lines as you're going to get while still staring at your monitor. We can thank Battlefield 1942 for its competitive online modes. This game redefined everything for a first-person shooter. To add to the realism, each battle takes place in one of the real major theaters of World War II. The European, Pacific, North African, Eastern, and Italian fronts. In November of 2012, EA announced that Battlefield 1942 could be downloaded for free on Origin, celebrating Battlefield's 10th anniversary. Quake. This game is truly unforgettable in the shooting genre. Who could forget the single-player and multiplayer level designs in the game? After Doom revolutionized first-person shooters, Quake raised the bar and set standards, featuring improved visuals in a 3D environment and excellent controls. Some people regard Quake as not just a game, but as an event. Yes, every year, thousands go to Dallas, Texas with custom gaming rigs, ready to frag with friends. For a game to do that, it's very impressive. We think it's fair to say that Quake could still compete with today's first-person shooters. Duke Nukem was always about humor, character, and interactive environments. It was always about exploration in many ways. In Time to Kill, Duke travels through time in order to take out alien scum, who are attempting to change history by removing Duke from his roots. Time to Kill's quirky gameplay will let you travel through several time periods, including Rome, the Wild Wild West, and even a future space age. However, on a shooter level, this game was amazing for the genre. The game was packed with loads of different guns, and they were your only chance of survival against all kinds of crazy. The multiplayer aspect of the game was highly entertaining too. It might be hard to believe, but this game sure did make an impact for future shooters, not just in terms of gameplay, but even co-op multiplayer. Half-Life couldn't be any simpler. Get guns, run, shoot, and jump. There are no laborious cutscenes or misplaced RPG elements here. Half-Life is a heavily modified version of ID Software's Quake. It's a world where something terrible and mysterious is happening, and we just happen to be caught in the middle of it. Weapons and ammo are taken from dead soldiers or in places like a weapons locker. It was features like this that tested your strategy techniques and survival skills. This is why players regard Half-Life as one of the pioneers of the first-person shooter genre. As far as creating the feeling of being part of a Star Wars movie, it doesn't get any better than this. Not only do the graphics take your breath away, but Star Wars Battlefront makes you feel as if you're in the midst of the action. No messing with crazy spin-offs. DICE stuck to the original shooter genre roots and made this game a hell of a lot of fun. There's a decent amount of fun, different game modes, and it carries classic FPS characteristics such as building up experience and traits to help you survive longer. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, you should give this game a go. It might be plastic soldiers fighting against people, but it does challenge your shooting and survival skills. Doom was a shotgun blast to the gut. It exploded out of nowhere, soaking wet with gore. It was gloriously fast-paced, but with such a tangible heft you could really feel each of its jaw-snapping, arm-breaking glory kills resonate through the pores of your sweating palms. The name is synonymous with the first-person shooter genre. It earned its reputation by being the first truly great first-person shooter, and who could forget about such unforgettable weapons like the BFG 9000? After 20 years, Doom has been remade, and even the remake succeeds in delivering a truly amazing FPS experience. Originally a mod for Half-Life, Counter-Strike 1.6 grew into its own. Deep strategy, precise movement, and pure skill define this game. It's the team-based tactics that really make Counter-Strike so fun, but even since day one, its balance of sublime weapon mechanics stood out. This game is the essence and even the core of shooters. No classes, no perks, or progression. The game is focused on strategy, teamwork, and just plain skill. 17 years later, and the Counter-Strike name is still synonymous with the shooting genre. Quite the achievement for a game made in 1999. Those were our picks for the top 10 best shooting games of all time. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed our selection. Now would also be a good time to encourage you to subscribe to our channel because we upload new videos all the time. You can also check out fraghero.com for more gaming related content. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great day. Headshot.